I'm Miles Carter, and I'm here to speak out loud what you've been carrying in silence. Warehouse, August. The kind of heat that makes concrete feel like a stove. I'd been lifting boxes for 3 hours straight. My shirt clung to my back, arms trembling, mouth dry like the desert. But no one complained. We all knew if you don't do it, they'll find someone else. I remember standing by the freight elevator, and we overheard the managers talking. They were on the floor above. Thought we couldn't hear them. Net profit up 40% this quarter, one said. Nice. Bonuses coming? The other laughed. Just for us, man. The rest should be happy they've got a job. I stood there holding a box, eyes down on the floor. Not even angry, just that feeling. Like you'd been sold. Like you're carrying all this damn weight, and you don't even know what for. You know what hurt the most? Not that they had money, but that they could have shared it, and didn't even think about it. To them, we were part of logistics, like crates. We move, we don't speak, we don't ask. And I stood there, drenched in sweat, thinking, you could have, but you didn't want to. That's where it all started. That day, I made up my mind. I walked up to the manager after the shift. He was in his office, eating a shawarma and scrolling through his phone. I knocked. He didn't even look up. What do you want? I said I wanted to talk. About the pay. About how we work like hell but get paid like part-time fill-ins, not the backbone of this warehouse. He put the food down and looked at me like I was an idiot. Who even are you? Got a year under your belt. Almost. Well, come back when you do. And the fact I've been doing the work of 2 guys, that doesn't count? That's your choice. Don't like it, don't do it. He went back to scrolling. Conversation over. You know what's wild? If you stay quiet, you're fine. If you speak up, you've got an attitude. Speak too loud and you're fired. That's their version of justice. You're supposed to be convenient, not loud, not bold, not hungry for truth. And I walked out of that office with one thought. They don't pay more not because they can't, but because you're too cheap in your own eyes. Over time, I started seeing the system. It wasn't written down, but it worked like clockwork. The quiet ones got the best shifts. The ones who smiled at the boss, got invited to the team, had those friendly talks. The ones who tried to change things, lost hours, got written up, got fired quietly. It was like training. The dog that doesn't bark gets sugar. The one that barks stays hungry. Sometimes I looked at the guys working beside me. They knew, but stayed silent, because they had loans, kids, rent. They needed a job, not justice. They'd been taught, don't complain, don't demand, just accept. And if you're different, if you have a voice, you become a problem. And problems here don't get solved. They get removed. That's why no one talks about money. Because money means power. And power's in their hands. And if you ever think otherwise, they'll just take your voice away. There was this older guy at the warehouse. He'd been there the longest, maybe 20 years. And still at the same spot. No promotion. No bonus. No respect. He knew the system. He understood the game. And he chose not to play. He didn't complain, didn't ask, didn't interfere. Just showed up, moved boxes, went home. And you know what's scary? At some point I realized to them he was the perfect worker. Old, broken, quiet. They paid him less than the new guys. And nobody even noticed when he was gone. One day he just didn't show up. A week later, someone else took his place. Like he never existed. That's when I understood one thing. If you never ask for anything, no one remembers you. The world doesn't reward silence. It just uses it. I didn't leave because I found something better. I left because I couldn't stay quiet anymore. When you walk past bent-over people every day, you either bend too, or you start speaking. They called me in for a chat, asked me to be like the others, smiled, then cut my hours. But you know what? I wasn't scared anymore. Because I realized, not being afraid is also freedom. And once you feel it, you won't trade it for any stable 40-hour week. Now I work for myself. It's unstable, messy, hard. But every cent I earned. And every morning it's mine. I didn't become a hero. Didn't become rich. But I became myself. And that's worth more than any paycheck.